Hello Aries, welcome to this reading. My name is Zane and we are going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Aries for the middle of March. Now Aries, do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. Now Aries, I do not offer personal readings, so if you get a message from someone, that is not me, that's someone impersonating me. Please do keep that in mind. Please do not get scammed. I also do exclusive content on my Instagram, so if that's your thing, definitely give me a follow there. But with all of that said, let's go ahead and get right into this. Now, if you watch my content regularly, but you have not yet hit the subscribe button, please do consider doing that. It really helps my channel grow in a big way. Same is true if this is just the first time that you are watching me. All right, so let's go ahead and get all of the cards out here. And let me make sure everything is all set up and in view, and then we'll get right into it. All right. And I'm thinking that's looking just about good enough to me for right now. So energy on the bottom, you have the Hierophant. So the Hierophant is a interesting card to find here. This talks about anything that is traditional potentially in your life. So this is the energy of tradition. This could be marriage. It's one of the major marriage cards because marriage is a traditional construct in society. And so taking a look here, you do actually have the two marriage cards in the tarot, two of the two biggest ones really, with the Four of Wands and the Hierophant. So some of you could be marriage or a long-term commitment to somebody or to something could be on your mind at this time as you get this card here on the bottom paired with the Four of Wands in the future. But the Hierophant can also talk about the organization that you're a part of, the place that you work for, the structure that you're a part of. Especially if you work for like a large organization or a large corporation, the Hierophant can certainly come in. And so for some of you, this could be around work. I definitely feel good work energy for many of you here at this time. The other thing about the Hierophant is it can represent conformity. And maybe your desire to either conform or not conform. It really depends on what situation you find yourself in. But I think I'll want to get some more information on whether or not you're looking to be a nonconformist at this time. It's hard to tell from this reading so far, but let's go ahead and just continue forward. So right away in the middle, you have the Six of Wands as your overall message. So the Six of Wands is a very nice energy to find. This is a card of victory, public success, and even maybe public recognition. Like if you've been looking to put yourself out there, put yourself out in the spotlight, maybe even start a social media account or a YouTube channel or something along those lines, the Six of Wands is absolutely a good energy to find. Or if you've been looking to start a social media account or anything, because it can represent you being in the public eye or being in the spotlight because you've been successful, because you know what you're talking about, because you're good at what you do. The other thing is this can just talk about you triumphing over the conflict of the Five of Wands, and so it can bring good reward and good victory at work or in the workplace. Wands is the suit of work. It is the suit of your career. And so if I'm putting the first two cards together here with the Six of Wands and the Hierophant, that could be big energy at your work. It could be a big success or news of big success in your work environment or the place that you work. Even if you're like a part of an organization or a structure, it could represent you being in the spotlight, being in front of people, anything like that at this time. So I definitely like to see that. Now, in the past, you have the World, the Nine of Wands, and the Three of Wands. So the World is a card that indicates completions happening in your life. Okay, this is what is the word that I'm talking about? Being at the precipice or being at the top of the mountain, being summiting the mountain, right? The World is completing a chapter, completing a cycle in your life. And it can say that as you go through this completion, there's a big victory available to you. So you have these two energies of victory with the Six of Wands and the World showing up here. So it's definitely something that I like to see here for you. This can talk about chapters closing out, but also getting yourself ready for a new chapter that will start to begin, or that you'll start to open here for yourself. And so as this is in the past, some of you have maybe come to like realization. Some of you maybe recently have had a like I made it moment. I don't know why I'm feeling like that, but Aries, some of you maybe have had an I made it moment here recently, as this World card is in the past with the Six of Wands in the middle, the Hierophant on the bottom. And it's almost like you're maybe now asking yourself what you want to do with this success, what you want to do with this victory that you've accumulated here. You have this Nine of Wands as well. The Nine of Wands talks about like really not giving up, not persevering. I don't feel like you have, okay? I feel like you have completed the chapter, you've completed the cycle. But what the Nine of Wands could say is there's a little bit more work ahead. And so while I do feel like one chapter is being completed, one cycle is ending, I do feel like there's maybe a final push, or there's something here from the past that's like maybe asking you to continue forward, or ask you to keep going forward, or continue on your journey. You have this Three of Wands as well, which is all about you potentially kind of getting that faraway look in your eye, taking something to the next level. The Three of Wands is about expansion and growth and optimism on the future, or growth on the horizon. This can represent another victory. So you have this Three of Wands and the Six of Wands. So you have the World, the Six of Wands, and the Three of Wands in this interesting triangle, in this interesting triangle pattern, but also in the corners here. And so it's almost like for some of you here, you know, being successful, being victorious, you know, those sorts of things are not a problem for you. The wins are stacking up for you here, Aries. That is for sure. Now, this Three of Wands can talk about, along with that, along with growth, along with expansion, it can talk about potentially travel. Some of you may be traveling as well. And so, yeah, let's just continue forward here and take a look at what is in the middle. So you have the Strength card, the Six of Wands, and the Seven of Wands in your current situation. So what's really cool here is you have the Six of Wands and the Seven of Wands. Those two cards come one after the other. And so for me, when I get that, it means that situations are progressing, situations are moving forward in your life. The Seven of Wands comes after the Six of Wands because you've been victorious. I keep saying this over and over again, right? There's this energy of success. There's this energy of victory. You've been victorious, and now people want what you have. As you see these people here sort of coming after this person, and it's because they're coming after them because they want their success that they have not been able to achieve. They want the success that you have that they haven't been able to achieve. And so when you get the Seven of Wands, it's important that you stand your ground. It's important that you stick up for what you know to be true for you, and stick up for what you believe in, because what I'm here to tell you is, with all of this energy here that we're getting, there's nothing wrong with being a successful person, Aries. I do feel like if you have not told yourself that, it's important in this middle of the month that you do tell yourself, it's okay for you to be successful. It's okay for me to be successful. I do feel like that's some channeled guidance that I want to bring forward to you. You have this Strength card here as well. The Strength card is all about having the fortitude to overcome some sort of internal obstacle. This is about willpower. Okay, the Strength card is about overcoming obstacles, but they're internal. It's something that is your own journey or your own battle that you are fighting and that you are successfully working through. That will be different for everybody, but it says successfully going through those situations and working through those situations here. And so you have this idea of being courageous. In fact, being so courageous here that you can walk next to a lion showing up. It's Leo energy. And so you have big strength available with the Nine of Wands, the Strength card, all of these wins, you really standing your ground here, holding on to what you know is true for you with this Seven of Wands. So pretty amazing. Another thing that I'm noticing is all of the wands on the board. 1, 2, 3, 4 wands here. Actually 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wands here. And actually you have this quadrant, which is really interesting, of wands. And so, yeah, I think that's significant. Wands is the suit of work, of career, of business, of enterprise, of inspiration. So pretty amazing. in the future, you have the Four of Wands, the Fool, and the Seven of Swords. So the Four of Wands we talked about is a card of traditional marriage. You can see the young family here in the marriage ceremony, and you have that paired with the Hierophant. So I do wonder if some of you are questioning that, asking yourself if that's something that you want with somebody, or even if you're looking for that type of commitment from somebody. You have this Fool energy as well. The Fool represents, this interestingly enough could be your energy. The reason being is you are the start of the zodiac wheel, and the Fool is the start of the tarot. And so some people do associate the Fool with Aries energy. So this could be you showing up, but the Fool is really a powerful new journey. In fact, after the World, it would technically, the next card would be the Fool, because really there's no card after the World. The World completes the journey of the Fool through the major arcana, but the World does suggest that there is a new Fool's journey available to you, and so you do have one coming forward, right? So you are completing something, but there is more work, or there is something new that's happening here for sure with the Fool in the future. Lastly, you have this Seven of Swords, which this could represent a deception from somebody, especially as you have this paired with the Seven of Wands and next to it. The Seven of Wands, like I said, could be workplace competition, especially as you have the Seven of Swords. But the Seven of Swords in a more positive way can say that maybe you need to take a clever approach to solving a problem, or to even maybe create a battle plan or create a strategy in your life. So just keep that in mind as well. Let's go ahead and start to clarify. I've already pre-shuffled these cards for you here. So you have the Five of Pentacles, you have the Temperance card, the Hierophant, or I'm sorry, the High Priestess, and the Eight of Wands. Okay, so the High Priestess is really jumping out to me. You know, I accidentally said the Hierophant, and so this energy of the High Priestess and the Hierophant, that's spiritual energy. Okay, the Hierophant can be considered Pope energy, as you see this Pope on the card, and the High Priestess, interestingly enough, is somebody who's a spiritual guide sitting at the front of a spiritual temple, right? And you can see there a keeper of esoteric wisdom. You can see the scroll that they are holding, which may be an anagram for the Torah or the tarot. And this can be somebody who is extremely spiritual, extremely intuitive, extremely knowledgeable in esoteric information or spiritual knowledge. You know, this is the Hierophant's more of a traditional person in spirituality. That's more church energy, Pope energy. The High Priestess is more about tarot cards and astrology and you know, the alternative energies, right? And intuition. And so you know, for some of you here, spirituality may be very important. You may be on a spiritual journey as you complete something and you start this new energy here with the Fool. The Five of Pentacles says that, you know, I do feel like some of you need to recognize that it's okay to be successful at this time. I do feel like that message was coming forward, and it's now coming in again with this Five of Pentacles card here. You have the Eight of Wands, which is about accelerated motion. It's good news coming in, good news arriving for you, potentially from a distance. And so it's also the feeling of getting unstuck, but it's a really good message potentially that's coming in out of nowhere and coming in quickly. You also have this Temperance card, which brings healing, and it's also Sagittarius energy, but it brings healing, it brings balance, it brings harmony, and it says that potentially right now the best thing that you can do is work on creating balance and harmony in your life. So let's pull the Kipper cards here. Some of you have asked that I bring the Kipper back, so I have. So you have the Courthouse, Great Fortune, Change, High Honor, Expectation, and Message. All right, so you have pulled the best card to find in the Kipper with the Great Fortune. Great Fortune is a positive change in luck, a positive change in destiny, of good luck, of good situations, anything like that. So very nice energy to see here. It can say that your fortunes are turning around. You have this High Honor energy, which means this card comes before Great Fortune because people really respect you, and through respect you are getting you know, an increase in your fortune. Your prospects are looking good here as people really come to you for support and help, especially in career situations. Courthouse, not sure what's going on there. Sometimes messages, not all the messages are working out, other than there could be a situation between you and another person's expectation here that is getting in the way with the Seven of Swords and the Seven of Wands that you may just need to kind of work through, and you may need to really stand your ground with somebody here. But you are getting communication, and it's going to be swift communication coming in, maybe via email or something like that, with the Eight of Wands and the message card, leading to a change. And for some of you, this will be a big, big life change. So thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe. Really appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next reading.